Have you ever imagined waking up in the arms of someone you thought was impossible to reach? Someone who appeared cold and untouchable, yet hid a fire beneath the surface. On a bitter August night, Valentina, a young housekeeper burdened by loss, debt, and loneliness, made one desperate decision to escape the cold and feel warmth again. For months, she had lived between silence and survival, invisible in a world of luxury that was never meant for her. She believed that one quiet night would change nothing, that comfort could be borrowed and returned without consequence. But fate intervened when her powerful, distant employer returned unexpectedly and found her where she never belonged. In that frozen moment, fear collided with desire, and walls built over years began to crack. What started as a mistake became a turning point, pulling two guarded hearts into a story neither of them could control. Henry grew distant, hiding behind an invisible wall and calling the night a mistake. His words shattered Valentina, but she refused to break. Days passed in silence and cold indifference, yet quiet signs betrayed the truth. Warm socks, a heater, unspoken care. When jealousy surfaced through another man's presence, buried emotions finally erupted. Confrontation turned into confession as Henry revealed the fear that ruled his heart. Haunted by his parents' failed love, he had chosen distance over pain. But with Valentina, running was no longer possible. Love was no longer something to escape, it was something to face. September arrived with change written in the air. Henry invited Valentina to the Napa Valley Film Festival, not as an employee, but openly as his girlfriend. Fear tried to stop her, but Henry refused to hide what they had. On the red carpet, under flashing lights and curious eyes, Valentina discovered a strength she never knew she possessed. For the first time, she felt like she truly belonged beside him. When another man crossed a boundary, Henry's restraint vanished. In front of everyone, he claimed Valentina with a bold, unmistakable kiss that silenced whispers and made headlines. But happiness never comes without tests. That night, Valentina overheard a phone call that broke her heart and made her doubt everything. The pain was sharp and real, until the truth came out. The woman on the phone was Henry's sister, not a secret lover. Relief gave way to honesty. Confessions followed, deeper than before, binding them together with trust and vulnerability. Bethany's arrival brought warmth, laughter, and a sense of family Valentina thought she had lost forever. Just when she finally felt safe, a shocking truth about her father's past began to surface, one revelation powerful enough to change everything she believed about her life and her future. Valentina's world spun when Bethany revealed the truth. There were no debts left. Her father had sold the inn before his death and quietly placed the money in an account under Valentina's name. Trembling, she opened the folder and found bank statements and a handwritten letter she recognized instantly. Her father had known he was dying. He sold the inn not out of failure, but out of love, to protect her future. The realization broke her. She cried for the sacrifice he made in silence, and for the love he hid behind lies meant to keep her safe. When Henry found her later, Valentina finally told the truth. She no longer needed the job. She had money, choices, and a future. Yet instead of relief, fear gripped her. Fear that independence might change everything between them. Before she could finish speaking, Henry knelt before her and confessed that his love had never been about need or circumstance. With or without money, he wanted her. Her answer was simple.
She wanted to stay.
With him. The inheritance opened doors Valentina never imagined. She chose to study oenology at UC Davis, drawn to the vineyards, the wines, and a passion she had discovered beside Henry. He supported her without hesitation, even changing his own life. Working less, traveling less, choosing presence over power. For the first time, he was building a life, not just an empire. Though university challenged her confidence, quiet doubts followed her everywhere. It was Irene who reminded her of her strength, her determination, and the people who believed in her. Those words grounded Valentina when she needed them most. 8 months after that cold August night, life felt almost unreal. Love, purpose, and belonging had replaced fear. On a chaotic afternoon filled with smoke and a ruined risotto, Henry surprised her. Surrounded by burned pans and laughter, he knelt and asked her to marry him. She said yes without hesitation, tears mixing with joy, the kitchen becoming the place where forever began. Plans followed quickly. A vineyard wedding in October, golden leaves, shared traditions, and quiet happiness. As Valentina looked at the ring on her hand and the man beside her, she realized how far she had come, from survival to choice, from fear to love. And this time, she knew she was exactly where she was meant to be. The wedding preparations unfolded with both joy and tension. While Valentina and Henry dreamed of an intimate celebration, practical concerns crept in. The guest list sparked heated debates. Henry wanted only family and close friends, while advisors pushed for a grand event filled with influential names. In the end, compromise prevailed, a private ceremony followed by a larger reception. Valentina admired Henry's balance, firm where it mattered, flexible where it didn't. Finding the dress became its own journey. After countless fittings, Valentina knew the moment she stepped into the right one. Italian lace, delicate pearls, quiet elegance. As she looked at her reflection, she barely recognized the woman she had become. Confident, radiant, ready. October arrived wrapped in calm anticipation, and on the eve of the wedding, Valentina and Henry sat together beneath the fading sunset, sharing nervous laughter and quiet certainty. Tomorrow, everything would change. The wedding day dawned golden, perfect. Surrounded by love, tradition, and trembling excitement, Valentina was transformed by careful hands and gentle words. When she finally walked through the vineyard aisle, music floating through autumn air, her world narrowed to one thing: Henry waiting for her. The moment their eyes met, nothing else existed. Vows were spoken, promises sealed, and joy erupted as they were declared husband and wife. The celebration overflowed with laughter, tears, and love, but the greatest surprise came when Henry took the microphone. In front of everyone, he revealed a gift he had kept secret: the Pinewood Inn, restored and placed in Valentina's name. Her father's legacy returned. Overwhelmed, Valentina realized that this love hadn't just given her happiness. It had given her roots, purpose, and herself. Years later, standing on the porch of the transformed inn as the sun rose over Napa Valley, Valentina understood how far she had come. The frightened girl she once was had become a woman who built a life filled with love, meaning, and choice. Wrapped in Henry's arms, she smiled. This wasn't the end of her story. It was only the beginning. Valentina laughed, cheeks flushed, teasing him. "It's not my fault you don't have stamina." "Oh, really?" Henry replied, spinning her in his arms, eyes twinkling with playful challenge. "Wanna bet?" Before she could answer, the sound of hurried footsteps echoed across the porch. Aunt Val, Uncle Henry. A whirlwind of blonde hair barreled toward them. Sophie, Bethy's 5-year-old daughter, had arrived for the weekend, her tiny hands clutching a fat, wiggling worm. "A little snake," Sophie announced proudly. "I'm going to call her Princess." Valentina stifled a laugh. "Sweetie, that's a worm." "I know," Sophie said seriously, as if instructing the world. "But worms can be princesses too, aren't they, Val?" Henry scooped the girl up, chuckling. "She's right. Anyone can be a princess, even you, Uncle." Sophie squeezed his cheeks. "I can be Princess Henry." What followed was a garden chase full of shrieks and laughter, Henry pretending to be a monster, Sophie gleefully fleeing. Valentina watched, tears of joy streaming down her face. How far she had come, from fear and uncertainty to this uncontainable happiness. It had taken years, but the roots they had planted together were unshakable. Mrs. Irene appeared at her side with a tray of fresh cookies. "Sometimes I still can't believe all this is real," Valentina murmured. "It's real, child," Irene said, watching the playful chaos in the garden. "More real than you imagine." Biting into the still warm cookie, Valentina smiled. "My father always said life is like a vine. It needs strong roots, constant care, and time to bear fruit." "He was a wise man," Irene nodded. Valentina's eyes glimmered with quiet longing. "I hope wherever he is, he's proud of what his vine has become." Later, as Sophie finally fell asleep, Valentina and Henry sat together on the porch, watching the sun dip behind the vineyards. Silence wrapped around them like a blanket until Henry spoke. "I got a call today," he said. Valentina turned, heart racing. "From the university in Bordeaux," he continued, smiling as her eyes widened. "They want you as a speaker at the International Conference on Sustainable Wines in April." Her shriek of joy echoed through the inn, probably waking Sophie, but she didn't care. Throwing herself into Henry's arms, she laughed, cried, and kissed him all at once. Her thesis on sustainable viticulture had gained international recognition, proof that her work mattered. "I'm going with you," Henry said firmly. "We'll make it a second honeymoon. The vineyard and the inn will survive a week without me." He cupped her face with tender hands. "Some lessons take time, but I finally understand my place is wherever you are." Valentina kissed him deeply. "I love you," she whispered. "I know," he smiled, that same smile that had captured her heart from the very beginning. "And I love you more." "Impossible." "I disagree," he replied, laughter mingling with a soft evening air. In that perfect moment, Valentina understood something she had sought her entire life. Home wasn't a place. It was a person. It was the warmth of an embrace, the quiet promise of safety, the laughter of family, the aroma of fresh cookies, the legacy of her father. She had found home in Henry, in the vineyard, in the inn, in Sophie, in Bethy, in Irene, and in herself. The October wind whispered through the vines, carrying the promise of future harvests and new beginnings. Valentina closed her eyes, letting the breeze caress her face. Life, indeed, was like a vine, and hers was only beginning to bear its best fruit.